I'm here with Cindy Luttrell, and Cindy, first off, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Reid, first of all, for letting me be a part of this. I'm the former Cindy Parham, but I'm a Luttrell, and I grew up in the Glenwood community, Hartman's Chapel community, and I'm the daughter of the late Reverend James and Marcella Parham, and I really came from a family of educators. My dad was made a career in education and ended up being the former director of schools for Greene County. And I've got a great sister that teaches at Greenville High School, Beth Ricker, and then my brother Milton Parham is a great educator that retired from the Greene County school system. But I am a product of the Greene County school system. I went to Glenwood School and I graduated from South Greene High School, and then I graduated from the former Tusculum College, which is now Tusculum University. I wanted to say, too, that I didn't choose to go into education, so I have spent the last 40 years in the healthcare field and absolutely love that. And I'm married to Alan Luttrell and have two daughters, Chelsea and Rachel, and they were products of the Greenville City School System. I want to say, too, that I'm a very active member at Hartman's Chapel United Methodist Church and have been the pianist there for decades.
And so why did you decide to run for re-election?
Well, when we look at the end result of this upcoming election, I will be the longest tenured board member that's remaining on the Greenville City School Board. And I think that's important to sustain that continuity. When you look back at the history in the last year and a half, we will have had 3 new board members. So again, I think that's important to maintain that continuity. I want to say, too, that I don't have a hidden agenda. My first priority is students. It's all about the students. And then my second focus is teachers, because that's where the rubber meets the road, and they're the ones that make it happen every day in the classroom. So again, I don't have an agenda.
So what do you think is currently the best thing that Greenville City Schools is doing?
I guess one of the first things I would say is keeping children safe. That's very important to do that. We didn't finish the school year the way we wanted to finish it, and right now I don't know what the fall looks like in starting back to school, but I think that is one thing that we do very well, is keeping children safe. When you look at all of the capital funds that we've invested over the last few years, especially in safe entrance into schools, our SROs, I think that's one of the things that we do very well, and we partner very well with the Greenville Police Department. The other thing is selecting the teachers that are in the classroom, and the support staff as well. We have a great dedicated team of teachers that really care for the student, not just academically, but really care for them and their well-being.
And where do you think Greenville City Schools could improve?
Well, I don't want to focus on where we can improve. I think we are a great school system. I don't think we're perfect, but every day we're striving to get better and better. I will say that I think that one thing that we have seen an increase in, especially the last 2 or 3 years, are the mental health needs of children. And so this year in our budget, we have been able to restore a classroom teacher, and you can't replace a classroom teacher, but I see more and more that we're getting support services such as guidance counselors, psychologists, to be a part of our team to meet those needs of those children that are struggling with mental health issues. The other thing that stems from that can be behavioral issues, and if you've got a child that's misbehaving in the classroom, it can impact the learning process for all the students that are in that classroom. So, trying to get those support services and getting that process defined for each student on an individual basis, I think that's an area that we can always improve on. I'll say, too, that over the years we have realized such need in extending our capital budget because of the older buildings that we have. And so trying to make sure that we maintain our school buildings, that's an area that's always a need for improvement because there's not enough money. And being an advocate for public education.
And before we go, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I want to say that as a school board member, our biggest role is number one, hiring a director of schools and maintaining and growing and building on that relationship. Also, having a vision of what education looks like in the years to come and developing that leadership. Being an advocate for public education, it can be an ongoing battle, and there are great things that are happening in public education every day. You've been a part of our board meetings, Reid, and you see the recognitions, and it's just amazing what students do, and also to set policy. That's very important. And so, I have enjoyed serving on the board and am ready to serve another 4 years, and appreciate the opportunity and the privilege to be able to do that as well. I would like to encourage people, get out and vote. It's your right. It's a privilege. And so I hope I'll see you at the polls.
Well, I want to thank Cindy Luttrell for joining us today.